Hello YouTube, welcome back to Nexus Nights at Home, a series which I have just named, where I take various decks and go play 3 matches on the Runes and Rift ladder. This time I am bringing my own Rengar deck from that I played in Vancouver and Hartford. I played the exact same deck. I got 2nd place in Vancouver and 38th place in Hartford. I am playing this for a few reasons. One is that I really like it. Two is that a lot of people want to see me play games with it because this is the deck I'm famous for, and also I think it would be nice to win 3 matches in one of these videos. I have recorded several of them, and I have yet to go 3-0, which I think is a little embarrassing. So I'm bringing my best this time and see if I can get the win. So what this deck is about is it's basically just a bunch of flexible might. You can distribute your might using Pridestalker. You have a whole bunch of units. There's, I think, 29 units in the deck. And so you can trigger it a lot. And then you can do things like play ambush units in the middle of a combat. We have Grim Apothecary, Nidalee, Inferna, and the Rengar champion. So you can get your Pridestalker trigger as a surprise. You also have a hidden pike that can do that. And Thrill of the Hunt can do that as well. And so the idea is, every time there's a fight, let's make it so that I have a 5 when they have a 4 defending. And then I get to clean up, eat their units over and over again, and just kind of build up a lead on board that way. The ambush units and punch first contribute to, as well as pike, being able to hold battlefields to a degree that you won't really find in other aggro decks, like Rek'Sai, for example. What usually happens late in the game, like you conquer both sides, maybe you're at 7 points, and then you just pass with like 8 or 10 mana open, and it's like your opponent has to figure out a way to get through with you having any number of possible tricks available, and if they guess wrong on what you have, or they don't do the math right, or they overcommit to one side, then you're going to be able to deploy your resources accordingly and make sure you win. So I really like that aspect of this deck. I think that it's really fun to play. It's very difficult to choose the right option every time, but it's a lot of fun. Also, special shout out to Irresistible Fae Folk. This card is just like totally broken in this deck. You can use it with Grim Apothecary to like bring it back and replay it and eat something. You can use it with Starspring and an ambush unit, especially Rengar, to do the same thing. You can buff it up with like a Pit Rookie and maybe another unit on turn 2, and then send in the Fae Folk as a 4 and go kill their Diana or something. So it does a lot of really nice things in this deck. All right, I think that's about all I want to say. Actually, I will point out that I have a guide for this deck on my Metafy, $29.99, that you guys can buy if you want to hear more discussion about the cards in the deck or different tricks you can do, or how to play different matchups. So yeah, check that out if you're interested. I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, let's get to the games. All right, I'm here for match 1 with Rengar. I've got an Azir opponent, and it looks like I'm going second. Kind of like Sabotage against Azir because it hits just their entire deck. So I like keeping that. I don't have a determined entry or a 3-drop, which is a little annoying. I'm thinking about doing this move. Pit Rookie is really good with the dais, but it could be a little tricky to get here, although they have Hall of Legends, so they're very likely to want to go there. So I think this move makes sense. Okay, I drew Grim Apothecary. That allows me to spend 3 runes instead of 2 this turn. It would mean that I don't have the Grim Apothecary to ambush later, but I do have Nidalee as an ambush unit if I need one, and yeah, Grim Apothecary being a little bigger makes it worth playing, I think. So I'm gonna look to use this Sabotage like the turn before I think they might play a Rise is a good time to do it. Or maybe the turn before they play BF Sword. So maybe that could be next turn. So that might be a reason to try to do something with the Sabotage next turn. Wow, their hand must be terrible. So, yeah, I think now is probably a good time to Sabotage because of the BF Sword thing that I was talking about, but it's also a little tricky because I don't have a great way to play the rest of my turn. But I mean, maybe I can go Pit Rookie, buff Apothecary, go over here, and have a 4 sitting here, and then just play the other Pit Rookie in my base. That seems like it could work. All right, let's see what they've got. So there is the BF Sword, and they have no other equipment. Yeah, I think I'm going to be making that play then. Okay, so Discipline, Hidden Great Blade, On Guard, and Death Grip are the cards in hand. So now, if I go in here and kill this, then they can, I guess, Soul Sword and kill it. But that doesn't really bother me. Or they could use a pump spell and kill it. That doesn't really bother me either. Yeah, and then I'll have 2 Pit Rookies in my base, plus Rengar, plus Nidalee to fight with. So this is 4-3. Okay. This seems like this game is going well for me. If they don't draw some more equipment, then they are just totally screwed. They do have a decent amount of draw power in their hand, but it's tough to use Death Grip right now, and it's tough to use Hidden Blade. So, yeah, I think if they didn't draw an equipment right now, they'll probably just like play Discipline and hope to find one. They could use the dais to make a sand soldier, actually. That I didn't consider that before, but that could be their best move. It's not a particularly good move. Oh, they are doing it. Okay. All right, so the Sand Soldier comes out. It picks up the Soul Sword. Now it's a 3 with some pump spells defending it. They also have an Azir in hand now, which I should write down, I suppose. Um, so what's happening? They hide Hidden Blade there. All right. So I wonder if this is just then they're trying to use the Hidden Blade to draw cards. That would make some sense. So one play I could do is just go with Pit Rookie 3-3 and pass. That would encourage them to use something. Some alternatives. I could like play Pike first, maybe accelerate Pike and then go in with 2/4s. And then that would kind of prevent them from being able to use their pump spells, but I really think they want to just use their Hidden Blade. So okay, so let's say I go in with Pit Rookie and then they play Discipline. I think they might do that. Then I play Nidalee. I have 2/4s. And then they could Hidden Blade one of them, and then I'd actually be losing that combat. That would be a little annoying. All right, I'm going to do the Pike play then. So that's +2 on Pike. And I guess I could also go +1 on this Pit Rookie and then go in for 10. Because I'd rather bounce this Pit Rookie anyways. So let's do that. Just go in for 10 here. And maybe I overthought this. In the scenario where they Hidden Blade one of my units, and I lose combat, it's kind of just fine because they Hidden Bladed me instead of themselves when they really need cards. So I don't know. Maybe this is a mistake. Definitely feel like I'm in good shape though. Wow, they're Hidden Blading the Pike. Okay, I'm gonna let that happen. I kind of can't believe that. So it's 6-3. Now they're playing Discipline.
That's fine. And presumably they're going to play on guard as well. Yeah, so 7 to 6. And then so I could play Nidalee, or I could play Punch first, or I could just let it go. I think I want to play Nidalee, but let me just think through the implications here. So I play Nidalee, I pump probably the unbuffed Pit Rookie. No, I'll pump the... Probably doesn't matter. Then I'll have a 4, and a 3. And they have a 7. So they'll get to kill 2 of my things. One of my things that's a 4 will survive, so it'll be whichever one is not Nidalee. Or, oh wait, I could put Nidalee at 5. That would actually work a lot better. Then if they want to kill 2 things, Nidalee survives. So they'll probably just kill just Nidalee. That sounds good. Okay, so they do kill both Pit Rookies. Interesting. Huh? Okay, so draw from Nidalee. Okay, so yeah, they do actually want to leave Nidalee here, and then I conquer, and then now I have the option to use the hidden mode of Emperor's Deus to just return Nidalee to my hand to have her come back to safety. So the reason to do that is they have the Azir in their hand that they can accelerate. So let's say they go accelerate Azir, equip Soul Sword, go to Emperor's Deus, conquer, and then they can pay 1 to return the Azir. And get a Sand Soldier. It's a little slightly annoying, but it's kind of fine. Because I can then, like, Rengar the Sand Soldier, conquer the other side. If I bounce this, I don't have a good way to score 2 points next turn. So, and it's like pretty inconvenient for them to do that accelerate and equip play. So I think I'm just going to leave it like this. Okay. So now they could accelerate Azir and trade off the Sand Soldier, but they'll be tapped out. Yeah, they just play Azir instead. That makes sense. If they accelerate Azir now, I get to kill the Sand Soldier, so I'm like totally fine with that. Okay, they did nothing. All right, so now I presumably want to score with the Grim Apothecary, and then it's not totally clear what development I should do. I would like to probably play the Faith Oak and the Kinku. And then hold the Sentry for a +1 at some point. And I would have Punch first up if I do that, which is kind of nice. The Apothecary is probably going to die, but it's going to take a little bit of investment for them to make it really annoying. So I think that's fine. So draw. Okay, and then I drew Grim Apothecary. What does that mean? Probably nothing special. I'm gonna stick with the plan, score this. Bring this back. Play this Fey Folk. So the punch first is available if they present a really juicy opportunity to use it, but I'm not really planning to. I don't need this Grim Apothecary that badly. And yeah, like as long as they give me something in exchange for killing the Apothecary, I'm very happy. But yeah, it's worth quite a lot for me to just build up a few runes so that I can, when I score to 7, I can hold up my Rengar and my Grim Apothecary or whatever, and have just a big defensive push. Although I don't even really need that. If I can double conquer to win this game. All right, so what is this? Are you just going to go 5 to 4? I wonder if I should have played this sentry along with the Apothecary. Maybe that would have made their life a little harder. Okay, so what is the point of this? They're going to accelerate guards. Okay. Sure. That does not do very much. So it does set up Death Grip if they... Okay. They're just going 5 to 4 here. So I guess I don't actually have a target for Death Grip that would get over my thing right now, which is interesting. So I could use the punch first to maybe kill this Azir, but the Azir is sort of... Seems like it's going to die anyways. Next turn. I mean, they could have some like hidden stuff in the mix. If I punch first and they hidden blade, that is a little annoying. I think I'm just gonna let it go. I don't feel like I need to fight right now. So they are doing a hidden card, okay. All right, so this is going to be hidden blade, guards, or back off. All are plausible. So one, I mean, I think one nice place to start would be Nidalee here and just see if they want to let me draw a card. And then, like, they could Death Grip, but I could play some units in response. All right, let's just do this. Seems hard for them to act right now. Okay. All right, so their thing is a 5, my Nidalee is a 4. So now I could play Rengar over here. I could play Grim Apothecary over here. I could play Grim Apothecary twice to go up to 6. Actually, that sounds pretty appealing because this Azir is also a 5, so then I could drag it over with the Fae Folk. Yeah, or I could just play Punch first. Yeah, I'll just do this. This seems fine. Okay, so I score, I draw a card, and now that's not a bad draw. Now I think I just use the Fae Folk on the Azir and see what happens. Okay, it's guards. That makes sense. So that means they're going to be the attackers, so they can bring that thing over if they want to. So, yep. Now I have 7 and they have 8 here. So I think now is the time that I want to use Punch first. Yeah, or I could use Thrill of the Hunt, but it wouldn't really line up that well. So yeah, I think I'll just use Punch first. And I'm going to do it on the Fae Folk because, okay, they gave up. I wanted to reduce my exposure to Hidden Blade. That's why I wanted to do it on the Fae Folk. All right, so Sabotage I like. Auction I like. I think Challenge I don't like very much. Their units are all pretty replaceable. And like taking out Darius, it's vulnerable to Hidden Blade. And it kind of clashes with Auction a little bit in terms of where it is on the curve. So let's keep going. Starspring going second. Okay, looks like they're ready. They've got Trifarian War Camp as their going first battlefield. That's interesting. I would have expected that to be their going second battlefield. All right, so I am going second. The Fey Folk I like a lot. It's really good with Star Spring. And then Sabotage I think I keep for the same reason as I kept it last game. And then Punch First I like to mulligan usually. It's more of a later game card. And then Pike is definitely could see going either way, but I think I want to mulligan it because if I find Determined Sentry, I can play 2 units on turn 1, which I really like doing. Um, and there's just a lot of other cards that can kind of fill the same spot as Pike. I mean, none of them have hidden, obviously, so that's a little different, but yeah, mostly I just want to dig for that Determined Sentry. Okay, they've got their turn 1 unit. And so I can either play the Fey Folk or I can play a 3-drop. I usually just play Fey Folk in this spot. It's not going to be as easy to play 2 cards next turn, but I kind of want to go to Star Spring and play Rengar next turn anyways, so yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Okay, they are occupying Star Spring. So what does that mean? Okay, so interesting as to whether they choose to equip the Brutalizer or not. If they don't, they'd be threatening a better counterattack against Rengar. If they do... Oh, they're... Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, if they do equip the Brutalizer, they don't get to have the +2, but they will get +1 this turn, so they would have 6, but the Rengar is going to be 7. So there's a question of if they have On Guard or not, but I think what I do is I just go here and drag this. If they play On Guard, I can just leave my Fey Folk. Okay, so they didn't play On Guard, so now I go Rengar, Fey Folk back, and +1 to Rengar. Yeah, they lose both of their units, which is pretty huge. So yeah, that turn went about as good as it could have. What is this? Azir and Brutalizer. Okay, sure. Guess I didn't see that one coming, I'll admit, but I definitely should have thought about that, but I think I can handle it. So this is a 5 now. Or will be on my turn, so I could just go Fey Folk Apothecary, and that's 5. I could play Kenku Initiate first, and then I would have 6. I would get owned by On Guard if I do that. Alternatively, I could go Kaisa plus Punch First or Sabotage. Could just go Fey Folk Punch First. Lose nothing. Oh, they're hiding a card. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so if their card is guards, they can drag it over to the war camp. But if it's Hidden Blade, Well, it's probably guards. But if it is guards and I go here, drag Azir over, well, I guess probably what happens is they equip Dorian's shield and then bring both of them. And then I can go Apothecary punch first. Then Apothecary will be a 9. This is a 6. This is a 4. And this is a 2, so I would win by 1 there. If I'm going to do that, I maybe need to sabotage first, because if they have an on guard to go with all that, I would lose the fight, and that would probably be really costly. So I think I just do this first. They didn't defy that. I guess they're pretty low on runes, so that makes sense. I have nothing to defy left, though, so that's fine. So I probably just take Discipline, or maybe I take Back Off. They both draw a card. I think I prefer taking Discipline. And then, yeah, so my play is Feyfolk. They guards, they come over for 10. And then, oh, or they could equip the Brutalizer, actually. Hold on. So that would be 5, 6, plus 4 is 11 on the War Camp. And then this is 2. This is 4, so 6 plus 1 from Pridestalker is 7. This is 12, so that's still fine. Is there a world where I don't play all this stuff? Maybe. Yeah, let me do Determined Sentry first. Because I think I'm going to play that no matter what. And then I'm going to go here and pull Azir. Okay, so it was just back off. Yeah, so this is why I wanted to pump the thing first, because now this is 6, this is 3, and this is going to be 4. It'll be 5 even. So I can just kill their Azir. And I don't have to use punch first, which is great. So okay, they're letting me keep Feyfolk. I get a point. They are really in bad shape here. Yeah, go ahead. I have nothing more for this turn. Okay, they drew a unit, which is good for them. 3. All right, so I can score with the Sentry, or I could accelerate Kaisa. Drawing this that gets defied immediately after I didn't take their defy is a little rough. I think I want to just score with the Sentry. I don't care if the Sentry gets killed, really. That's one of the nice things about it. So yeah, let's do this. I don't draw with the Kaisa, but I want to play Kaisa and Initiate this turn. That'll really develop a pretty good backline for me. And yeah, I'll just be really well set up for next turn. There's a notable anti-synergy between Sentry and Star Spring. You cannot use Star Spring to bring Sentry back to your base. So I like to avoid going to Star Spring with Sentry if I can. But yeah, it's not a big deal in this particular moment. All right, so I need to watch out for back off, stopping punch first. They're still in pretty rough shape though. So next turn, I think I might go Kaisa here and score. Then then maybe Initiate here, Apothecary, bounce Initiate. Then it's a 4. I don't know. Let's start with Kaisa. Are they considering a hidden blade? Maybe I should have played my sabotage first, but I didn't. Okay. Draw a card. I drew Nidalee. That's really good. So now I could go Initiate plus Nidalee, both as 4s. I could cast Sabotage first. I think it will probably get defied though. Maybe that's worth doing anyways because I have the Thrill. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so now Initiate plus Nidalee. And give +1 here. Two 4s against a 3. So back off doesn't do anything. Death Grip doesn't do anything. They do have the Hidden Blade. Okay, they're doing it to Nidalee. That is... I mean, I could Thrill. Kind of like drawing 2 cards, though. So probably what's going to happen is they're going to back off the Initiate, and then I can either use my Thrill or use my Apothecary. I think it's fine. I'd rather just draw 2 cards. Well, hold on. I'll draw 1 card if the Nidalee wins combat anyways. Sorry, I can't make... Oh, I could Thrill it. Then it would win combat. But yeah, I don't really want to use up... Yeah, I'll just draw 2 cards. That seems fine. 2 more Thrill. Oops. Guess I should have used 1. Alright, so now they're stunning this. That is fine. And I'm going to use Grim Apothecary. +1 on that. And I could bounce the initiate, but I don't want to. Okay, GG. All right, so that's match one. That was a pretty comfortable win, I would say. We'll see you for match two. All right, here we are for match two. I've got Ezreal. This is not a matchup I like very much, I have to say. So let's see. Hopefully I can figure something out. So I am going second, it looks like. And unfortunately, I have double one drop opening, which is great, but the problem is it doesn't work against Bellows Breath. So I think I actually have to send back the Sentry. Or I could even send back Inferno, actually. But I can't really have double one might unit against a deck with Bellows Breath. I do have the Sabotage that I could get rid of a Bellows Breath with. I kind of don't want Sabotage, though. Steven was telling me the other day that he doesn't like Sabotage against these control decks, and I think it sort of makes sense. All right, so I drew another one might unit. So if I hit a red rune, I'll have the option to accelerate Pike, but I do not really think I should do that. Okay, there's Kinku Initiate, which can let me draw a card if I save it, or I could just play it now. So I could play it, go here, pay 1, get a Sand Soldier. That would be 3, but I don't have enough to draw a card off the Initiate. I think I'm just going to play the Initiate now because it's a little stronger, like not as easy to kill. They could do the 4 mana kill something in the back line. Yeah, that's fine. But it doesn't die to Bellows Breath. This uses their whole turn, so it's kind of fine. All right, so now I could either just develop my Kaisa, or I could accelerate my Kaisa, or I could play 2 units that would both be at 2 might. Or I could, I guess, play the Pike and put a buff on it, and then I'd have a 3 and a 2. So that would be the least exposed to Bellows Breath. I guess I could play my Rengar as well, but I don't really want to do that. I would rather make some play that doesn't use power. Kaisa is definitely the best option in terms of grinding, but it does not score as many points. I think I'll go with the Pike and Bear Rookie. This is a little weird. I haven't really made a play like this, but I think it makes sense. So we'll see. If they have Bellows Breath plus Stupefy, they can get me. All right, so this is, I mean, it's kind of fine. I'm just going to discard this Inferno. I don't really need that. Playing just the Kaisa would have given me more stuff to discard, but yeah, it doesn't matter at this moment. Okay, there's a Gust. So probably I want to get a Sand Soldier and then buff the Sand Soldier, then I have 3s on both battlefields. and then I can play the Kaisa in the back. That seems fine. I don't have any punch first or anything, so recycling an orange is fine. And then play this, buff this, and play this. If they have Watcher Bellows Breath right now, I get totally wiped and I probably instantly lose, but that's right. Okay, the Eclipse Bellows Breath is going to wipe my back line. And you're going to repeat it. Nope. Okay, so these are dead. Yeah, they have to repeat it to kill the pit rookie. That's right. Sorry, that took me a second. I was trying to figure out where they were going to send the extra one. Okay, it looks like I am losing most of my stuff. That's definitely annoying. They can't really score. They could, I guess they can trade with Ezreal and then bounce the Bewitching Spirit back for a Sand Soldier, or for maybe for just nothing. And then I would be under some pressure to play all my cards, but I think I might be able to achieve that. Oh, okay, that's annoying. Let's see if they use the secret mode. Nope. All right, so they're leaving this here to get killed by Rengar. I think it's tough for me to say no to that. Yeah, and then I should probably return Rengar to my hand, I guess. And I'll play this. Don't want to leave Rengar on the battlefield because of Thousand-Tailed Watcher. So, alright, what is this going to do? Gust my Sand Soldier, Wages of Pain my Sand Soldier, or Bellows Breath my thing in the back are all pretty reasonable. Stupefy my Sand Soldier would work pretty well as well. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. I think Inferno can go once again. Oh god, okay. Alright, so Nidalee's a great draw. I can... I mean, I'd like to kill the Fizz with the Nidalee. I'll draw a card, and then the question is, do I... I mean, what else do I do is the question. So, playing Grim Apothecary and saving the Fae Folk is pretty appealing. So, Nidalee, Grim Apothecary, bounce Fae Folk, pay 1 for our Sand Soldier to return Grim Apothecary maybe, and then replay Fae Folk. That seems like a pretty good turn. So let's do that. I guess I could just play the Grim Apothecary and not play the Nidalee. But I think drawing a card from that is nice. So this is bigger. Draw from Nidalee. Get a point. That's an interesting draw. But I think it's pretty relevant for me to get the Fey Folk in play. They can, I guess, discard 2 of my cards here, which is annoying, but the list, okay. Ixtal. That hits Nidalee and Rengar, which is pretty annoying. Now they have, what, Fizz Bellows Breath? Okay, so they're not going to discard 2 of my cards. Interesting. So I can kill either Vex or Fizz. I don't think I can kill both. But let's see. I have 10 runes. I would like to go suck somebody up, play Rengar, eat the thing, and then maybe thrill the hunt to the other battlefield and then play Grim Apothecary. That's 10 mana. Oh, I could just not play Grim Apothecary. I could go here and pay 1 for a Sand Soldier and then replay this. That seems better. Or I guess I don't need a Sand Soldier. I could just pay 0 to return this. Sabotage. I think I maybe just want to discard Sabotage though. Another option could be just developing all my stuff in the back. Score a point with this, return it, and just play 3 units. It's a little weak to Watcher Bellows Breath, but they already used 1 Bellows Breath. I mean, it would be really nice to know what's in their hand. All right, I'm doing it. I feel like I might regret this. All right, there's another Vex. There is a Watcher. There's no Bellows Breath. There's a List. Bewitching Spirit. Wow, so the List is the only card even worth taking here. The Turn to Dust is totally useless against me. The other 3 are units. So, all right, so come on, man. Spirit, Vex, Turn, and Watcher. Okay. Okay. So this list is a problem. Yeah. Yes, I'm done. I wonder if I just score 2 with the Thrill. Leave the Apothecary to die in my hand and play the Rengar to my base. It sounds kind of fine. So float 1, and then play Thrill the Hunt, go over here. 6. And then I will just bounce this to my hand and play this and Rengar. Go ahead. Oh my god, they drew Bellows Breath. That is so unpleasant. That was the exact card I wanted to take away with Sabotage. Maybe I messed that up. I'm in big trouble now, though. I don't think I'm going to be able to win this game. All right, I'm going to give up. Okay, challenge is good, I think. I have been boarding in Sabotage, but I'm not sure I should be, actually, after the way that game played out. But I don't know. Unyielding Spirit is amazing. Oh, I don't like the Determined Sentries very much because of the Bellows Breath problem. So yeah, I think the Sabotage has to go in. These cards don't really do anything. Auction could steal Pack of Wonders, but it's pretty easy for them to just kill it and get the pack back, so I don't think I want to do that. I'm going first. Not a great hand. I think I just dump both Punch Firsts. That's not an easy card to use against Ezreal. It's good against Thousand-Tailed Watcher specifically, but that's not going to come up right this second. And yeah, I definitely have to mulligan 2 cards, and I would like to make sure I have a unit, and Nidalee is a pretty good card. And so it's challenge, because I want to get rid of their Bewitching Spirits and Ezreal and Fizzes, because they like to reuse them. And Nidalee can draw me some cards. Okay, this is interesting. So next turn, if I don't draw anything relevant, I think I do just play Nidalee because I want to get a card off of the Initiate. Even though I have to spend power, it's like kind of my only good proactive play. So there it is. It's not so easy for them to kill it right now, because they only have 4, and the thing that deals damage in the backline costs 4. So they could do like list Bellows Breath, or yeah, okay, Eclipse Bellows Breath, but they're kind of spending a decent amount for that, so it's not the end of the world. Next turn, that means I probably have to play Rengar in my backline, because again, I don't want to just spew the Initiate. But that means they have 2 Bellows Breaths in their trash. Not that they can't get access to them if they're in the trash. So I could do Initiate Pit Rookie. I think playing the Rengar is fine, though. Really want to make sure I get my card off of this Initiate. Okay, there's a Vex. That's going to get challenged, I think. Okay, first let's score and then let's challenge. I don't think it matters, but all right, challenge, orange and a red, kill Vex. Go. Damn, that's too bad. Really would have liked to have Thrill of the Hunt available to save that thing. All right, 3. Treasure Trove. Okay, so I could play 3 2-drops. Probably don't want to do that because of Bellows Breath. Could play double Pit Rookie and then leave up Thrill. I think that's what I should probably do. There's not really that much that I need to sabotage right now. Like if they had Pack of Wonders, they would probably be in play by now. Yeah, they've already used 2 Bellows Breaths, so they probably don't have that. Okay, pass. Okay, there's the Pack of Wonders. Don't want to use my Thrill to just cash in a point here because I'm already on odd points. And I don't really have anything convenient to blink right now. If I had a Kinku Initiate, I would be a lot more into it, or a Kaisa. Oh, there's one. Okay, let's do this. Let's pump this one out of gust range. Draw a card. And there's a Kaisa as well. Interesting. So the treasure trove is in their hand, I think. So I probably want to sabotage them this turn. So I guess let's do that now. The list: Wages of Pain, Treasure Trove, Gust, Stupefy. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm definitely taking Treasure Trove. That's pretty easy. And then let's see. So if I go in with Rengar, that's going to work. If I go in with the small pit rookie, it might get gusted or, oh, sorry. List, wages, gust, stoop. Okay, you can pick that up. So I can use Inferna to have a decent response against like Gus or Wages play. All right, I guess let me start with Rengar. I think I'm definitely going to score with Rengar. And then what happens over here is a little less clear, but I don't want them to have the card they drew off Stupefy to use in this showdown. So then, yeah, let me just go with this one, because that's a little more inconvenient for them to deal with. Okay, so they wages, that's fine. Now they're going to Stupefy. I'm going to respond with Inferna to pump this. And then I get stupefied. Okay, now I score. All right, let's get rid of these and then just pass the turn. So they used wages and stupefy. If they get rid of Rengar, I can score with Thrill of the Hunt. If they do Thousand-Tailed Watcher and go into Rengar, I could try to block with Thrill of the Hunt, but it's a little tough. Bilgewater, okay. I think we're maybe going to be getting fizzed. That would be pretty annoying. The list. On Ionia, perhaps? Yeah. So now, unfortunately, the timing isn't quite right for me to score. I have Ionia and Bilgewater. Okay. So all right, so all of these things are dying, but I can save many of them. I can go initiate over here, pumping this pit rookie, and then I would lose Inferna and pit rookie, and I would draw a card. Seems worth doing. I'm not sure which side I should put the initiate at. But okay, let's play it here, and then I'll pump this pit rookie, and then I draw a card from this thing. This dies. This dies. Okay, this thing's dead. That's fine. They still have a gust in their hand. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay, hold the 6. I'm gonna go Kaisa score to 7. And then they only have one card left. Put this back, and then I think I just pass with my Thrill of the Hunt and try to make them have some pretty good stuff. Even if they clear Kaisa, I can sneak into the Arena's Greatest. He scored 8 and then holds 9. So I think they use their gust. But yeah, I think I just let this happen. Oops. And then, wait. Didn't you just play that? Okay. Yeah, so I could either thrill Kaisa or I could thrill Rengar or I could thrill nothing. I think all of them are kind of reasonable. But I think I just thrill Kaisa. Because that will draw me a card even if they do have a good response. And if they have Thousand-Tailed Watcher, I will win on my turn. Yeah, okay, so yeah, 3 damage on Kaisa, that's fine. And then what? Bellows Breath? Alright, Kaisa's dead. So I'm going to win with Darius unless my opponent has something nice. That's not something nice. I guess this is faster. GG. All right, let's go to game 3. All right, my opponent did not save the sideboarding, so let's do this again. Yeah, I still want Determined Sentry out of my deck, even though I'm going second because of the Bellows Breath situation. It's all kind of the same there. This is yet another anti-Determined Sentry card. Alright, so I have a 3-drop I can play, which is kind of nice. Kaisa is nice, Nidalee is nice, Pyroki is kind of nice. What do I want? Should I just keep all these cards? I kind of want a different 3-drop to play instead of Initiate. It's a little greedy maybe. I guess I want Fey Folk as well. Maybe I do this move. I don't know. I got another Initiate, that's fine. That's not the right card. Okay, so they have Wages of Pain. It's worth knowing. Vex Apathetic. That is not great, I would say. Don't really want to score and get eaten by Vex. That would be pretty annoying. So I could go Inferna plus Initiate and draw another card. Or I could just play Darius. I like the idea of playing Darius because he can start scoring and retreating, but maybe it would be better to do that next turn when I have Thrill the Hunt up to protect him from some shenanigans. So let's just do Inferna +1, and then Initiate, draw a card, and then I'm going to just pass because I don't want to lose my thing for free. Okay. All right, so we're in a little bit of a holding pattern, I would say. So they still have Wages of Pain. I could go like score here and play Darius to the Star Spring and pass. Um, that would maybe bait them into playing like go Vex here with Wages of Pain. I mean, I guess if they did that, I would just let it happen. And then maybe I could thrill. Um, or I could just play Darius in the back, or I could score with some like sacrificing the Inferna and play Darius in the back. I think I maybe like that one the most. So it's not, well, hold on. I guess Vex going to Star Spring would mean they could just play something else there, but then Darius can probably eat it. All right, let's just do this. I would like to start scoring points. This Inferno is kind of a liability, so I don't really mind losing it. All right, let's see if they're going after Darius. Yeah, okay, so -2. So he's going to go all the way up to +3 over here. Because he Thrill the Hunt is my first card and Darius is my second card. So I'll score a point. Oh, I guess he should be ready. Okay, this is dead. I was prepared for this possibility. The Wages of Pain is still lurking. It's not going to do them much good right this second. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do about this Vex situation. Maybe they hit a card. Okay, that's Wages of Pain, I guess. Wow. All right, so Darius takes 1 damage. Um, oops. I hold to 3. So I can play some stuff and then challenge Vex, or I could just play some stuff and then go in with Darius as a big thing. Or I could, let's say, pull back Darius, then play Kaisa and Pike to my base, buff the Initiate. Darius goes up to 7, Initiate goes up to 5, then I go in with the Initiate. And then if that doesn't work, I can go in with Darius afterwards. I think I like that. So, Pike, Kaisa. And then I'll go here for 5. Yep. So another Stupefy would save Vex for the moment, but then Darius would come and kill it. Okay, stack deck, sure. What? Yeah, okay. Okay, that's a trade. So now, is it worth it for Darius to go score points? That would mean Thousand-Tailed Watcher can kill him, which I don't like. It would also mean I go to 4 points, which I do like. And I guess, sorry, this is on Noxus, so that's another reason not to go in with Darius. But also, if I leave him in the back, Thousand-Tailed Watcher plus Bellows Breath can wipe me out anyways. All right, I think I will score. It's definitely a little dicey. I'm not sure if I should do this or not. If I had a Pike Tide, that would be much more comfortable. What? Kaisa is not a Noxus. They discarded a Gust. This Gust could Gust Darius. Okay, they have Wages of Pain. Makes sense. Yeah, unfortunate, but I don't know. I don't know if I should have tried to avoid that. Oh my god, what is happening? They have another list to finish off Kaisa. Or sorry, this is 2 damage. Yeah. That's going to be tough. I mean, at least next turn I could go Rengar and challenge Ezreal. Inferna. 9, so I could do Rengar. Challenge. And play Inferna. Then I can score both sides next turn. Bewitching Spirit, okay. Kha'Zix. Wow, Kha'Zix is annoying. I mean, on the bright side, Kha'Zix and Rengar trade, and I could even use Nidalee to, well, if it's on Frozen Fortress, which I think it has to be, then it doesn't quite work. Could just play like Nidalee with the Rengar. Maybe on Starspring, but it doesn't really make that much sense, I don't think. I think I'm in bad shape. I'm not sure exactly what I should do, but I'm just going to pass. This takes 1. Okay, so they are now... I think this means Nidalee goes here and maybe buffs up to 5. Then I have 2 5s here, sort of. I'm not feeling too great about this still. This Inferno is going to just die, and then I'm going to probably hold this side to 7, and then I'm going to have to just set something up for next turn. I could have put the +1 on there, but I didn't want to give Kha'Zix an attack over here, but maybe I just should have. Oh, this is healed now. Okay. God, so now Kha'Zix plus the Sprite is going to clean. Okay. All right, yeah, I guess Kha'Zix can trade now. Oh, that's not a bad draw. God, okay, so right now I can't defend the pike. like I could score with it, but then the sprite will kill it. So I think I just hold it and hope they don't have a Pack of Wonders or another Bewitching Spirit. And then if I can draw something nice next turn, then I can maybe actually win. If they make me discard it, that's tough. Damn it. Okay, that's all I got. I'm going to need to draw a Kaisa next turn pretty much, I think. Or I guess Pike would give me a shot. Oh god, not anymore. So Kaisa into another Kaisa would work. I don't know if I have that many Kaisas left. I do. Kaisa into Darius would work. Kaisa into Pike would work. Nope, none of that works. They have Vex. That's tough. All right, GG. Guess I'm not going to get my 3-0 after all. But yeah, that Ezreal is a tough matchup. I don't really like playing against that. Um, but yeah, all right. That'll be the end of match 2, and we'll see you for match 3. All right, we're here for match 3, and it's against Sett. That's interesting. That was the deck I played in my last video, so and I think it's like kind of very similar in spirit to Rengar, so I think this should be a pretty interesting matchup. Let's see, who's going first? My opponent. Don't think Sabotage is very good. And I think, wow, with Monastery, maybe I want all these pit rookies actually. That's kind of interesting. So I could like go turn 1 Pike, turn 2 pit rookie, score the Monastery. That doesn't seem very appealing. I'm gonna just hope for a better unit, I guess. Oh, perfect. So now I play these two. And then hopefully next turn I can conquer Monastery with the Sentry and conquer Deus with the Pit Rookie and get massive value. Looks like that's going to work. Okay, so I can either play double Pit Rookie or could play 1 Pit Rookie and challenge, or I could play Kaisa. Or I could play Initiate. I think I mean, challenging the Cithria is actually kind of appealing. Like the monastery, like they can use it with the monastery as an engine. It doesn't have a buff right now. It's like very hard to kill things with challenge against Sett. Um, I don't know. This is kind of weird. They also don't have any buffs on the board, so Call to Glory is not a possibility right now, which is normally an issue. I think I'm gonna do it. I don't know. It's a little. I don't really know how to feel about it. So probably they're gonna like play Sett and buff it this turn. Oh god, they have Rengar. That's pretty bad. Probably should have thought about that. So I can play my own Rengar, which would only trade, and then they would get to save their Rengar. So it's pretty bad. I could play Kaisa and Pit Rookie, or I could play 2 Initiates. I would only draw off 1 Initiate, or I could play Pit Rookie Initiate. I think I'm in a bad spot right now. Maybe I should hide Pike to try to make a big attack next turn. Yeah, this is kind of what I was afraid of. They are going to have to make a move on the monastery at some point, but okay, yeah, they're prepared for that. Okay, this is a good card to draw. So I'll hold the 4. Now they have, this is 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. Plus 3 is 11. So I could go in for 12 with Inferna over here. That would kill the Sett. It would conquer to 5, or I guess it would send the Sett back. It would kill the Pit Rookie. I would lose most of my units. I would get to save a Sand Soldier, and then they would have Rengar and Sett in the back. I don't really like that very much, I don't think. If I still had the challenge, I think that might be a little better, but I do not have challenge. Wonder if I should just stack the monastery. make it annoying for this Rengar to take it. But in order to really punish that, I have to also be able to take the other side, because they could just send in Rengar and trade. I think I'd probably rather just play everything in my base still. How important is it to play the Fey Folk? I could play Initiate and Kaisa. I don't know. I want to see what I draw off this Initiate. There's an Apothecary. That's not bad. I can save the Determined Sentry now. And play this and pass. There's a huge fight brewing here. So one thing I could do is pull the Pit Rookie over here. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I think what I want to do with the Fey Folk is suck back the Sett after I kill him. So how am I going to pull this off? I have double Inferno, which is pretty nice. They've got 18 here. So I could go 22 with just everything but the Infernos, but then, or everything and the Infernos. But then they won't leave me with much. The problem with going with a smaller amount of stuff is if they pump Sett and I can't get through it, then I get totally screwed. But I guess 16 would be a good number to start with. So I could send all the 3s plus 1 Inferno. Or I guess I could go Pit Rookie here first. Yeah, that seems like maybe the right angle. So Pit Rookie here, get a Sand Soldier, then replay Pit Rookie and get, let's say, +1 on 2 of those. So I have 4, 4, 3, 3. That's 14. And then I play Inferno is 18. So that would threaten to trade with everything. That seems kind of nice. Oh, I forgot to count one from Sand Soldier, actually. So let's go +1 here. And then play this in the back. Get a buff on Grim Apothecary and a +1 on this thing. And then I guess I could just play Determined Sentry. and then it would be 16, which is the number I wanted. And then use the Infernos later. That seems fine. So 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, I'll kill these two. All right, so now I can Rengar into the Cythria. The Rengar is a 7, and then I can pull the Sett. And he would be an 8 with Call to Glory, which would trade. But if it's punch first, that's a big problem. I could Pike. Pike is 5. Go here, pull, Sett. And then I can play an Inferna to make it 8, but it's the same thing. The alternative is I could go on this side. I don't see how I'm getting up to 10, though. Yeah, this feels a bit dicey, but I guess I'll just go with the Rengar play and hope that it's not punch first and it's just Call to Glory. If they do have punch first, they might just use it now as well. I guess another option is I could just not try to pull the Sett at all right now. Could hide Pike with Rengar and then make them use a lot to get over it, and then maybe next turn I could conquer left and then pull Sett off the monastery and then conquer right. I think that might actually be better. All right, let me just do that. That is interesting. I think I'm just going to reveal Pike now. Get +1 on this. And +2 on this. I don't really want them to bounce the Pit Rookie because it can buff Sett, which is like pretty annoying. Oh, they use the boss. Okay. I didn't really see that coming, but I don't care very much about this Pit Rookie being in play, I think. No! Alright, there goes my Fey Folk. No, they're not doing the Fey Folk, they're doing the Rengar. Interesting. I feel like if you can't get rid of the Fey Folk, you're just gonna die. I see. Okay, maybe that's not true. It seems like it might still be true, though. All right, so, oh, that's interesting. Seems like it doesn't do anything. So I think what I do is accelerate Kaisa, and then I'm gonna take down this Rengar side, and then I'm gonna pull Sett over, and then conquer Emperor's Deus. So Hidden Blade is a card that if they have that, oh, I might be able to beat it. Punch First, I need to be able to beat. So Kaisa would be 5 plus 4 plus 4 is 13. That's bigger than Punch First. So that's fine. Punch First is fine. Hidden Blade is fine. Yeah, because I'm going to have 2 guys left to go here. And same thing with Challenge. All right, I think I'll probably be all right. They could have Call to Glory plus one of those other cards. But I don't know if I can do a whole lot about that. All right, it's 13 to 11. If they have Call to Glory, I lose. They have another Punch First. That's pretty rough. Guess I also lose to that. Yeah, it seems like there's no way to not die here, so all right. GG. Okay, could auction on the arena bar. I wonder if that's worth doing. I actually don't know. Sabotage, I think, is pretty bad. I don't really want that in my deck. The challenges are pretty medium. Don't really think those are great, but maybe they're necessary. I don't really know. I'm going to just put in one auction. to steal Arena Bar, but I don't think I want a lot. It seems like I don't have a great setup for this matchup. Might be a bad matchup. But we'll see. Hopefully I can find a way through here. Alright, so we've got... I'm going first. Punch first seems good. I mean, kind of this whole hand seems good. Maybe I'll just get rid of the Sentry and play my Pit Rookie instead and just try to draw something better. Okay. All right, so now, oh yeah, sorry. I can either score and develop, maybe I even hide Pike. Maybe I go Valley of Idols and hide Pike, and then, what do they do? I mean, the problem is they could Rengar it, but I actually have the Pike covers that, so that's kind of fine. They could go in first and then Rengar it. That's sort of fine too. It's not like perfect, but well, no, then I mean they can't really use Rengar because I can use my Rengar and I'm bigger. So I think I like occupying this Valley of Idols, developing and hiding. Pike, this is aggressive, but I want to stop them from, like, if I let them go score Valley of Idols and play Sett with a buff, that's pretty tough. I don't really want to do that. If they play Sett without a buff, that's a lot more manageable. Interesting. So now, I mean, I probably just go Kai'Sa over this Pit Rookie. It seems like that's probably going to work. Yeah. Go to 4, I draw a card, and then... So now, if I develop... If I develop Darius, then I'm tapped out. They can do some Rengar shenanigans, which is a little uncomfortable. I could develop the Kinku, and then I would have Punch First available. Seems like it lines up a little better. And I think maybe I just... Yeah, I can just put it on the Valley of Idols with a buff even. That's actually pretty nice. And then do I leave the Pit Rookie here? I think I don't. I'm not really sure if I should or not, to be honest. One thing that could happen is Lucian plus Vi goes here. That would be 8, and then I could flip this and punch first it. Seems like I maybe should do that. Yeah, I don't know. It's nice to have something in the back in case something goes pear-shaped. I'm feeling all right about this game. My opponent's taking quite a while to get set up here. Okay, lose 1 punch first, but I do have a backup. So, yeah, I feel like Rengar I have covered pretty well. They're going to have to use a yellow for this, so they can't even beat my punch first. Huh. So, if I just let it go, I can play my own Rengar to get over that. Or I could use my Darius even. Yeah, I don't really want to use my punch first, I don't think. Because I have a pretty good answer for this lined up. They could put Lucian with it, but it doesn't go that well for them. So, if I use Rengar, I get to keep my Pike hidden. If I use Darius, then I have Darius still, but I think just using Rengar is fine. Okay, go ahead. Okay, going to game 3. Okay, we got a re-sideboard. What do I do? Take out Sabotage, put in Challenge and Auction. That seems like nothing really changes between going first and second for that. So now I am going second. My sentries are even better, but I left them in before anyways, so yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to play Sabotage to take away punch first, but doesn't seem that appealing to me. Okay, wow, so I have, let's Grove of the Godwillow. I have Punch first and Challenge. I think I want to keep the Punch first but not the Challenge, because, yeah, I think having access to Punch first is pretty nice. And I'll keep the other three cards, because, like, Apothecary is kind of nice to have when I have a Fey Folk and a Star Spring. Okay, Pit Rookie, not too scary. Alright, Fey Folk, go. Now, if my opponent has a challenge and kills my Fey Folk, I'm going to be sad, but if not, I can probably do some good stuff. Okay. There's the Arena Bar. Okay, that's not really what I wanted to see. So I can go attack into the Grove and then play the Apothecary. I think this is what I want to do. And pick up the Fey Folk. And then I'm up by 1 here. Are you going to save your Pit Rookie, spend a rune? Looks like yes. So, all right, now I have control of the Grove. I have a 3 and they have a 2 in base, so that's pretty nice. And then I can replay my Fey Folk, which I think I should do. It seems worth doing. I don't need the buff from Pit Rookie, and the Fey Folk is really going to make developing a little harder for them, although they can put a buff on something. Yep. See if they Rengar the Grove. Nope. Alright, so I hold the Grove, draw a card. So that thing is a 7. So I could go Rengar Punch first. Yeah, that seems like it might work. I guess they could have their own Punch first. Ooh, that would be really annoying. If they do that, it would be 12 to 12. I could kill the Sett, but then they would just recycle it or save it with the boss. And then I would have to just regroup. I would have 4 runes, go to 6 next turn, and my base would be a Fey Folk and an Apothecary. It's really not ideal. Could trade the Fey Folk for the Pit Rookie if I were so inclined by sucking it over to the Grove before I retreat the Apothecary. I don't think I would do that, though. All right, I think I just go for this. If they don't have Punch first, it's game winning. Seven, and then I'm going to use Punch first. Okay, nice. So they use the boss, and then I go here, suck this guy back over. I have a point from that. And now I think I just chill, I guess. I want to keep holding the Grove. I'm glad that worked. They can play Rengar. Yeah, okay, that's annoying. But I do have the Star Spring, so I can actually easily kill this. I guess they're going to be able to save it though with the boss. All right, hold to 4. So I just want to make this an 8, which I can easily do with Pit Rookie. And then the question is, what else do I do? It's probably just hold up Nidalee and then try to not let the Rengar score. Because if they can't score with it, they can't put a buff on it. Go 5. It's definitely a little dangerous. But feels worth it. I don't know. If the Nidalee play on the Star Spring doesn't work, I can go Kaisa and Inferna and try again. I mean, alternatively, I could just... Well, yeah, I really don't want to let this happen. I don't know. God, it's so dangerous, though. I guess I could just play the Apothecary to run away. Yeah, maybe I'm a coward. So I'm going to +1 this Rengar, send this back with the Star Spring, and send this back to my hand. Now this is like safe from a first mate play. And I don't know. Maybe this is a bad play. I could have just played the Apothecary on my turn and bounce a Pit Rookie, but this way I at least had the option to defend the Grove if they went for some kind of like a punch first play over there. Or like maybe a Vi play. I could play Nidalee to block trade of the Vi and send the Rengar back. Although they would get to put a buff on Rengar if they did that. Okay. Oh, you can't do that. So my opponent tried to play their second unit and use the Star Spring, but the Star Spring only lets you use the ability the first time you play a unit. Okay, so they're going to make a different play. All right, so they have a Fey Folk. That's pretty annoying. Okay, so okay, so I hold Grove, draw from Grove. All right, I have 8 runes. They have a Rengar on 7, which I could either fight over or I could just back up because I'm at 6 points. I don't have exactly a great way to punish them for saving it with the boss. It's just going to be there ready to attack next turn. They do have the Fey Folk, though, which is going to make developing a little tricky. So, I mean, I could go for a stack the Grove angle. I don't know. This is kind of tricky now. Could do Pit Rookie, Inferna, and Apothecary all at the Star Spring. That would kill the Rengar, but I would lose a lot, and I would score a point, but at what cost? I would have Infernal left, and they would have these 3 in their base, plus a Kinku Monk. They need to deal with both sides. They can go... Rengar goes here over Inferna, and then I can use my... I guess I could hide a Pike here. Then I could, like, play Pike in Italy and have a 4 left. This would get saved by the boss again. I'm kind of talking myself into this play. I don't know. I guess it's probably better to just develop a bunch of stuff. It's not clear exactly what I should develop. The Kaisas are a little expensive to accelerate. Yeah, let's just play the Kaisas, I guess. And let them do their worst. Sabotage, I have all units. That ain't it. So my opponent tried to make a fancy play, but it doesn't work because they control the Star Spring, so I'm the attacker. So what they want to do is bring Rengar back first, then go in, and then they can use Vi. But then the Rengar will be exhausted, so it won't be able to get over to the Grove. So it sort of doesn't quite work. Oh, yeah, so now I'm defending. So the Vi stuns Rengar, and yeah, this just dies. All right, so Punch First is the card to watch out for. It's fine. So let's see, this is 6, this is 7. Um, so to make an attack that doesn't get owned by Punch First, I'm going to need kind of a lot. So this is... I could play... I'm probably going to accelerate this Pike like no matter what. So I could just like accelerate Pike and then send both Kaisas here for 9, and then if they punch first, I Nidalee. And then I have 6 in the back, plus Inferno gets up to 10. This is 9, so that works. Yeah, I guess slightly different order. I could do Kaisa and Nidalee here for 9. No, then if they punch first, then I'm a point short. So yeah, it doesn't quite work. So let's do 2 Kaisas here for 9. Oops. Oh fuck. Okay. Call to Glory. Pumping the Vi, so that's +3. Okay, so that is fine. So now Vi is 9. And they still have Punch First available. But let's see, does it still work if I go Inferna, Nidalee? Yeah, so I go Inferna here, and I pump one of the guys in the back, I think. Then I have 12 here against 11. If they punch first, I Nidalee. Yeah, they didn't punch first. These are both dead. Okay, you can say Vi, I don't care. All right, then I score a point. Then I have 7, and I can play... So I am going to be tying against Punch First. That's uncomfortable. There's not... Oh, I see what I can do. Wait, does it work? No, it's the same. I can Apothecary this Inferna, and then I have 8 plus 4 is 12. Then it's 13, so that's worse. Then the play I was considering was play Fae Folk, go up to 8, go over here, play Nidalee. I think that's all I can really do. All right, seems like they don't have it. GG. All right, I'm glad I got that one. Uh, yeah, interesting matchup. Like I said, a lot of combat math, a lot of shenanigans going on from both sides. So that was pretty fun. Um, yeah, I mean, I continue to like this Rengar deck. It's disappointing I ran into Ezreal and lost, which is definitely one of my worst matchups. But yeah, it's kind of to be expected. Ezreal's getting pretty popular these days, but I definitely would recommend this deck if you want to practice your combat skills. There's all kinds of just, you have to do so much math every turn. You gotta, work out those muscles of how to distribute your might. Um, and yeah, unfortunately, the Ezreal matchup totally sidesteps all that. So a lot of the strength of the Rengar deck just doesn't apply, which is why it's a tough matchup. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.